Wrestlemania 41 has came, and it has went. What a magical time it was. A lot of people were very, very, very critical of some build-ups. I myself as well, but everyone's a critic. But everything has finally come to fruition. Everything went out to pasture. These brave ladies and gentlemen went on to perform for us, and we can't thank them enough. And, of course, being wrestling fans, we can't judge them enough either. So that's what we're going to do. Night 1, Night 2. I just got done watching Night 1. Move this over here. Move that there. Move that there. There we go. I'm actually going to do something weird. I'm going to do Night 2 first because it's fresh in my head. Okay? So, we'll rank them separately and then we'll rank them together. This triple threat match, Rhea, Io, Bianca, fucking gas. 5 stars. What was that? 4.75? Maybe 4.75. I wish this was S's. Can't say that. No, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do S. Fuck this shit. This is some list someone else made. We're gonna do S. We're gonna do B. We're gonna do V. We're gonna do D. And F. And it's, I don't know, drizzling shits. Drizzling. Okay. S tier. Amazing. Maybe 4.75, I guess. I love Io going over. Fucking awesome. A lot of these you expected. People called out what was going to happen, and it was kind of predictable. Thank God they didn't fucking make Io look like a bum. And they actually made her look like everybody thought that she wasn't going to win. Everybody counted her out in kayfabe and then in and out of kayfabe because, like, oh, they're not going to fucking put her over, blah, blah, blah. Amazing. It's amazing when you can wrap a storyline in kayfabe and out of kayfabe where everybody's doubting you, scripted and non-scripted. And she came out on top. Amazing counters, amazing transitions, amazing fucking finish. Love this match. One of the best fucking triple threats in women's matches. I love Io. Everybody thought Bianca, even me, was going to get the belt. But this is so good. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Mwah, chef's kiss. Probably the best match in the entirety of Mania. The next was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. You know, a rough bout, a good hardcore match. I wouldn't say S tier. They did what they had to do. Maybe like low A, high B. If you're asking me personally, I'd probably put it in B. That's why I'm going to put it like high B. Because like I'm not that big of a fan of hardcore wrestling. It's not like they did anything crazy. But they did what they had to do. It was a good, solid match. Next, dude, bro. This Fatal 4-Way kicked ass, dude. I thought it was going to like be something quick, something easy. Nah, bro. They went out and they kicked ass. Amazing. I mean, Dominic winning the belt. I kind of wanted Finn to win, and they can like Finn eventually gets into like Liv gets into Dominic's head. I wanted like Finn to steal it from Dom, and then that's what breaks them up. But you know, Dom going over, that's fine. He's actually becoming a babyface. That's what happens when you become like such a good heel, or people hate you long enough. Is like they start to cheer you, especially because he's in proximity to Liv, and everybody loves Liv. So I would say good choice to pick Dom. I would say Dom or Finn. That still creates the power shift and dynamic. You know, Finn thinks he's the leader, but guess what? Yo, Finn, I got the belt. So that's good. That's good. And Finn took the pin from Dom. You know, Penta and Braun can go do their own thing. But amazing spots. Carlito going through the table. I love that storytelling where he gets speared again. That was an awesome spot. That fucking German suplex from Braun while Penta had Homeboy up. Fucking awesome. I will say that the finish was very similar to the triple threat, but whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, you know, the whole fucking, you think they got the pin, but then a splash comes on both of them. Fine. I guess I'll knock it down a little bit, though, for like, but what more can you do, right? Then we have Randy Orton here. Look at Happy Randy here. And then I thought, and I wanted Rusev to come out, but you know, Joe Hendry comes out. That was cool. The whole crowd was into it. It was a short little match. This is where your short little like fun match was there. You know, more of a celebration of Randy Orton's 20 years in the business. That's cool. It did what it had to do. So, I mean, as a match, I guess as a C, but I like to grade things based on like the whole scale of like what Mania is. Like you have your highs, and you have some really good highs here, and you have your low of like your pop is more of seeing Randy and seeing Joe. It wasn't really the match itself. The match didn't have to deliver like that, and it was like last minute. Like it was all about celebrating Randy, Joe getting his moment. So like low B, I mean, maybe C if we're talking about match, but I'll put it in B. I'm not like that where it's like, why would I be mad at the match if that was the point? If that was the point of the match, then what do I have to be mad about? And then we have AJ versus Paul. This was actually kind of disappointing to me. I feel like some people might put it in A. Like, bro, Paul is really green, and what you expect from these two high flyers, and also like AJ is older, you know what I mean? But he still's got it. I'm not knocking him, but they had like a very long match, And speaking of that, a longer match. And speaking of that, y'all notice Mania like cut off 20 minutes early? Jesus. So this match, kind of disappointing, man. A little disappointing. Not gonna lie to you. I'm not saying it was bad or anything, but like there's like this it's like reversal happen, high spot, rest. Reversal happens, high spot, rest. Logan's finish is good. I like Karrion Kross coming out, continuing building Kross with AJ. Am I gonna say it's worse than Orton in them? No. This was definitely better. Like, to me, I put it in C, but again, if we're grading on like the scope of Mania, I personally didn't like the match like that. So like, if we're talking like personal shit, like it'd be like C. Like it's like it's kind of slow, kind of plotting. Like not very much reversals or what do you call it? Sequences. I'm a big fan of sequences. So, but I'll put it there, because like shit the bed or anything. And then we had what I think is the worst match of the night. Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan versus Lyra Valkyrie. She's a bird. Her gimmick is that she's a bird. Amazing. And as soon as Becky Lynch was announced, I was guessing it was like fucking, I don't know, AJ Lee, doubtful, or I was thinking that teenage girl, well, she's in NXT now, whatever the fuck her name is, Jordan Grace. But I'm not a huge WWE mark like that. I'm not in tune. I am a huge wrestling mark, but like I'm not in tune with like Liv saying that she injured Becky. So I like that storyline that went into it. But again, this match was a bit slow. Not a lot of spots happened. It was like a run-of-the-mill kind of tag match. The ending picked up, so that was cool. So it's like a high C because the ending picked up. But as soon as I saw Becky come out, I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to give Lyra the rub because, I don't know, Triple H has a huge hard-on for Lyra. So it's like, okay, they're going to give her the rub with Becky and also give her a rub by having two belts. And again, that Becky 2 belt, like comparing her to Becky low-key, like giving her that. But like, dude, I guess for a semi-main event to like bring us down, but like really that Paul AJ match wasn't that much of a high, so it was kind of like like Paul AJ like kind of, and then like it wasn't like a high to a down. So this is where like a lull came in, and then you have the main event: Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Man, oh man. I think a lot of people are going to shit on this match. However, I understood what they were doing. You weren't supposed to really like Cena's offense. I think a lot of people are going to get very meta about it and say like, well, you weren't supposed to like the match. John Cena's a heel. But I think that's complete bullshit. Cena can play that role. That doesn't mean that you can't have like high spots and sequences. And there were like some high spots. But to me, doing signatures to me really isn't a high spot. Okay, Cody hit a Cody cutter. So what? It wasn't a huge sequence that led up to it. It wasn't like they were teasing it and then, oh, he finally hits it. Nah, bro, it was like a part of his comeback. And like John Cena hits a super AA. Okay, cool. But it's not like they had like a big sequence that like they were teasing it. It's just Cena racks him, which is uncharacteristic, and then he hits a super AA. Okay, cool. Whatever. But there's like was no like build up. But I understand the point. It was to cement John Cena's new moveset. So when it was at that slow point where fucking Cena was fucking hitting him with the guillotine, fucking hitting those slow shoulder tackles, that shit was cool. That was pretty cool. I like the "you can't see me" to the whole crowd. I thought he was gonna flick him off. I thought that was gonna be the gimmick. But I love the "you can't see me" to the crowd. That's cool. But yeah, not a lot of teases, not a lot of sequences, not a lot of build-ups. I respect the classic heel of Cena, where like he was a classic babyface, but now he plays a classic heel, a very slow, deliberate. I like it, but I wish this match would have picked the fuck up on Cody's side. It wasn't on John to pick it up. It wasn't on John to have huge sequences and huge spots. It was on Cody to like be like doing reversals again now. It was on John to have those big cutoffs. You know, Cody's squirming. He's, you know, out of everything, and that didn't happen. So I say that rests on Cody. I love the finish. Besides dumbass fucking, it made no fucking sense. This isn't a no disqualification match. Why the fuck is Travis Scott coming out and Cena's like, yeah, hit him? It's not a no disqualification match. Cena would have got fucking DQ'd. That's fucking dumb. But he wiggles out anyway and shit. You know, cool. They get a million fucking clicks because of Travis Scott. No Rock. Still no explanation for Rock. Fucking annoying and stupid. Dumb. Dumb. But I love him, Cody, like, am I a good guy? Am I a bad guy? That's cool. And I also love the classic finish of hitting him with the belt. Cena doesn't even hit his fucking finish. Cena just does the belt and the pin. That was cool. I like this classic Cena shit. But what this is going to come down to now with Cena working people with this style, it's really going to come down to the opponent. And Rose just wasn't a good opponent for this. And it kind of, if this wasn't Cena showing his new character and telling a story, this match would be like a D, honestly. Like if any other wrestlers did it. But because like Cena and Rhodes did it, and I like the story what they're going with Cena, B minus. I mean, dude, maybe a C plus. It might be a C plus. But we can put it but then let's think about the context. Cena's 17th championship. Was this match worse than this? The Orton one? No. And also, like, the story was better than Logan AJ, so, like, maybe it's over Logan and AJ. See, my heart says this. Honestly, like, Logan AJ goes down here. This can be like a C++. This is where my heart is. But I think if you're like a wrestling mind kinda, this is where it should be. But this is where my heart is. I mean, I even liked it better than like Drew Priest, I guess, because I just don't like hardcore like that. But if we're going like pure like, again, this story was good. Like I think like B minus because like the story of 17 championship, I think that raises it from like a C. It's like a 80%. You know what I mean? This definitely here. But again, I think this was better than this though. Like, you know. So I'll say this. I don't want to put Paul above Cena, but like they put on a better match. It wasn't a better story. If we're talking story wise, okay, here you go. But let's encompass everything. I don't think the story completely made up for the lack of transition and shit. But AJ and Logan was like that too. But at least they had like better high spots. You know what I mean? But then it's like, what? Well, do high spots matter? I'm not saying I'm a high spot monkey. You know what I mean? But it's like, I feel the same way for like Bianca, Io, Rhea. Like if it was just high spots, but no, there was great transitions. There was great rallies back and forth. It was awesome. So I'm gonna say this. I feel comfortable with this. Again, I put where my heart was. Okay. So let's go to night one. All right. Jay and Gunther, I honestly thought they kind of stunk up the place. I don't think it was that good. I think it was slow. I mean, shout out Gunther for doing the tap and him tapping out like so fast. A lot of people are saying like he tapped out too fast. I want to see everything from different perspectives, right? I'm just the type of person. I will say I like the idea that Gunther was such a bully that he's attacking everybody, making people tap out, that he can't even stand his own move for more than 2 seconds and he taps out. So this big fucking bully got punked out by the underdog. That's cool. But I will say, so it gives Gunther the depth. It does give Gunther depth, and we're talking storyline wise. So I can see it through two different lenses. Storyline wise, it gives Gunther the depth of like, yo, you're low key a pussy. You're this big bad bully. You're not so tough anymore. You're losing to Sami Zayn and fucking Jey Uso at Mania. You can never get the job done. But on the other end, as a competitor, if we're looking at this as a shoot fight, you just made your fucking one of your top guys look like a pussy, bro. He looks like a fucking pussy. Like, it would have been a bit better if like he's freaking out, but like Jay just won't let go, bro. Like tears in his eyes, passion. Like, no, dude, I'm not letting go. I don't mind that finish. Where it's like, dude, he like chokes him out, or he taps like just wait a little bit, like he's about to pass out, just light taps like Triple H. You know, I think that would have been a good middle ground. But I don't know about him tapping in 2 seconds like a bitch, bro. Like, come on, dude. He's kicked out of crazy finishers and shit. He's gotten shot by Sheamus, and like, if we're talking logically, bro, like, dude, come on. Like, let's really think. So, I mean, I guess it's better than fucking Orton, him, dude. You know what I mean? I guess it's better than Orton and Joe Hendry, but that was fun, bro. It was fun. Like, I'm gonna do a mixture. I'm gonna do a mixture of my heart and also some common sense. Okay, I will say this was a better overall match than Orton and Hendry, but I think fun factor does play a role. I didn't really have fun watching this, bro. But also, I'm not that big of a Jay fan, and their fucking build up kind of didn't make sense sometimes. Like, why the fuck? This dude chokes out your brother and beats the fuck out of your brother, and then your brother shows up to Mania 2 weeks later, vibing. And then, but the week after he chokes out your brother in front of you and like beats him up, you just come out and cut a promo on him. And I heard people say, like, okay, well, do you want a brawl segment every week? No, that's not how they should have booked it at first. I should have been like Jay trying to talk sense into Gunther at first, and like trying to be the good guy. Like, listen, I want to have a good match, but Gunther ain't hearing it, bro. Gunther's kicking his ass, and Gunther doesn't get through to Jay to like fight me, bitch, until he fucking chokes out Jimmy, and then that promo shit is out the window, bro. And they had to be like split up. Like, bro, Jay should have been pissed. You damn near murdered my brother. Like, you have to have fucking guards between each other to cut a promo, cause fuck you, bro. But they're right across from each other. You choke my brother out, like, bro. I'll also rank it based on that, bro. Okay, I'm actually gonna encompass everything. Okay. Like, I actually like the EO storyline now that she went over. Like, common sense, dude. I do think in a Vince McMahon era, bro, someone else would have went over. Rhea probably would have went over. But now I like their storyline. It came to fruition. I mean, their storyline was whatever. But their match was great. Damian Priest, Drew, you know, they had a good storyline going in. I mean, they already worked each other before, so it's like whatever. But you know, they have a continued feud, so cool. Maybe it could go in A, but like again, this is also with my heart. So let's say B plus. You know, they had a classic storyline. Like, again. But yeah, let's go on. War Raiders New Day, bro. A lot of people were like shitting on this match. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, the crowd wasn't into it. I thought it was better than like they had some cool spots. I think the New Day's finish is kind of shit, but there was some, the big boys can move. There was some like tag action going on. They definitely had more chemistry than this fucking tag match. So yeah, I thought it was better than Jay and Gunther, bro. Kill me, bro. Like, this shit was low key boring. It kind of feels like, you know what I mean? Like, like Gunther and Jay were kind of like AJ and fucking Paul, but at least they had just better moves. Like, I could put these in, like, my heart would put this down here with this, like, you know what I mean? Like, I might rearrange it and just show where my heart's at. But again, they had some cool spots. New Day finally got the belts, even though they waited fucking forever. Naomi versus Jade. I like this match. I like it more than... I might even put it in A, bro. But right now, let's put it high B. I liked it. I might put it in A. Because I really liked it. It was cool. Naomi carried Jade. Definitely better than this shit. Great power moves. Did what it had to do. I kind of want to see Naomi go over as a mark. But, like, it makes sense Jade go over. Like, you could be like, well, Jade's... In storyline, Jade needs to go over. Like, bro, she's got beat up by Jade, like, behind her back and, like, got bloodied and shit. Like, why wouldn't Jade go over? Like, let's not bury her. Plus, we're trying to create a new monster. But it would have been cool for Naomi to win and, like, get the fucking... push her as a heel. But she doesn't need the win to do that. Like, Jade needs the win here. So, like, I support it. Then, LA Knight. Maybe I like this more than, Jade and Naomi, I think. I will put them both in A though. But I kind of put these matches like almost hand in hand. That top rope BFT was crazy. That was cool. One problem I have with these like workers, everybody does a moonsault, dude. Which is why it's cool with this Gable match that's coming up. Fuck, I'll put it up here. I like this Gable match too. I liked it better than this. I liked it, bro. Like, it might be an A for me. Like, I really enjoyed these three matches. Even though Ray wasn't it. He did a moonsault into a senton, and the commentators didn't even know what to say. Like, bro, it was a moonsault senton, bro. Like, you can say like moonsault inverted senton, like, guys. And sometimes they don't know what moves are called. Like Cole is like calling a 450 a shooting star press and shit. Like, what is? Like, I hope Cole's like okay. You know what I mean? Like, shit. Da. But yeah, I like this Ray Phoenix versus El Grande match. It was fun. I liked him hitting his fucking leg on the metal mask and shit. I like the gimmick. They had cool lucha spots too. It was nice. I don't think story wise I can't put it above this. You know what? For story, I'm gonna put Naomi and Jade above LA and Fatu. Though match wise, I think the Fatu, I think I liked it a bit more. But story wise, I'm gonna put that there. Charlotte and Tiffany, very, very disappointing. I really thought they had a good match planned out. I really, really do. They had inner workings of a good match, but they just didn't mesh well, and they just botched a lot. I don't know why they botched so much. It's really unfortunate that they botched that much. And I really think Charlotte should have went over. I'm really in that camp. I think Tiffany is green, and I think it would have been better. I know it would have sucked the life out of it, but they haven't feuded enough and built up enough of a rivalry for me to justify Tiffany going over. I think it would have been better if Charlotte gets her 15th title, and then Tiffany eventually, like, from the bottom, climbs up and dethrones her eventually. Like, I like Charlotte. I fuck with Charlotte, so, like... But there were some cool spots. I will say, shout out Charlotte. So I'm not going to put it, like, low in C. I really think it's, like... I think it's better than Cena. I, I want to say it's better than AJ and Logan. I want to based on story. I think I'll put it here only because of the botches. But they had a better match planned out. Like they teased like you know, Charlotte putting Tiffany's leg on the rope and then Tiffany move out the way. And they teased a bunch of moves and shit, and I love that. And they had some good sequences planned, but it was like so clunky sometimes. And Charlotte had to really carry Tiffany. I think if this match went out to fruition, I really would have put this match up here somewhere. But because it just didn't come out how it should have, it unfortunately has to go down here. I don't like that. And dude, the fucking finish was so anticlimactic. That alley oop into the fucking corner, it was so weak, and it didn't hit right. And then she hit her gimmick, and then moonsault. I was like, "That's the finish." It was really unfortunate, and I didn't. But I like the story. It was okay. I like what they came out of the story, how they came out of their story. But like, if we're gonna turn the story into a shoot and like mix it with like a work shoot, why would Tiffany go over? Charlotte is better on the mic and shit. Tiffany is clearly the underdog. Like she should have got overwhelmed, like because she was shoot overwhelmed. So like we should have told that story, and then like she works on herself and she eventually dethrones Charlotte, like at like SummerSlam or something. Like that would have been awesome. I think they should have did that. And SummerSlam and like I don't know, really hardcore type of match. And then we have this triple threat, the CM Punk. We can put that up there. My heart tells me high A because, like, it's just like, dude, the finisher spam. I'm not the huge fan of it, but they did it well. And it was like the only match I think that did it in this whole card. So like it has its place. So it's like I can't even hate it like that because, again, I want to think about Mania as a whole. I want to do a combination of things. My heart, the Mania card as a whole, where things go, the outcome. I do think the EO match was better. I think Paul Heyman on a pole is a bit ridiculous. I think the build-up, a lot of these build-ups, man, were kind of fucking not good. Everybody says it, but let's really talk about it. Like, the build-up of like cutting promos about promos that are gonna happen. The last week is just Seth talking. It's just you owe me a favor. I'm just in his corner. Like that's it. You're just in his corner. But I did like I guess the end justified the means. My heart tells me high A because of how we got there. I will say that. But we can put it in S minus. S minus we can do. This is S plus. S minus. A. We can do like A minus. I might like Naomi and Jay better than them. Because they did have a better story, and I love heel Naomi. If they would have did a bit more, though they did great things, they did cool fucking spots. Dude, that fucking bulldog from the top, fucking awesome. Jade showed her strength. They did a cool face buster on the outside. But I really love that fucking Fatal 4-Way. Yeah, that can stay there. That can stay there. Yeah, they really surprised me. But this story was so good. These could flip. These could flip any day. Because I like the story better than... I like this match better than the story, but I like this story better than the match, even though the match was great. What I'm saying is this was the better match. This was the better story. But the story shoots up here for Naomi and Jade. And then the story for Fatal 4-Way is like, like the Dom Finn thing's going to work out. That's cool. But then matches are like this, though. You know what I mean? The Fatal 4-Way is a bit higher up here. Yeah, I'll do that. I think I'm comfortable with that. I think I'll do that. I think. Then Fatu, that shit was cool. So yeah, best match in Mania, dude. That fucking match was awesome, 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 awesome. Really, really good. Some people shitting on it. I know it was a finisher fest. I know it was payment on the pole match, but you know, S minus. The ends justify the means. You know, why build up? Ends justify the means. All right. Awesome match. Both got their shit in. Awesome match. Amazing, great story. Amazing match. Okay story. Really good match. Really good match. I get maybe A minuses. Maybe I could put them to be like maybe I could slide some stuff down. Like maybe I could do like this. Um. Yeah. Maybe I could do like that. But still same premise. You know what I mean? Still same premise. If I don't want to like crowd up. Um, but yeah, man, Cody Cena, man, no Rock, bro. The illogical with fucking Travis Scott coming out and like, hit him, let me get DQ'd. Hit him, I want to get DQ'd, please. Like, bro, what? Like, what, bro? Why do you want to get DQ'd, Cena? What's wrong with you? What the fuck? Very, very odd. But that's my list. Let's go through it. Io, awesome. I love Io winning. That was amazing. And the match was amazing. One of the best matches ever at Mania, in my view, honestly. Paul Heyman on a pole. Whatever. Match was very, very good. Amazing. Maybe could go down here. But I don't feel comfortable with the same bracket with this. Like, especially with what it entails. The future storylines. They did great. Jade, amazing story. Great match. Really the underdog of fucking Mania. Again, another one. You thought the Fatal 4-Way was like gonna be mid or whatever. Fuck no, dude. That shit kicked ass. I thought it was gonna be fast, like whatever. Nah, bro. Another sleeper hit. LA and Fatu. I thought like that was gonna be kind of mid. Nah, bro. They went out and they kicked ass, dude. They kicked some ass. That was really fun, really physical. I kind of don't even feel comfortable. I don't. You know what? It's going in. I kind of thinking back with the spots on like the top ropes and shit, and like, nah, bro. I don't feel comfortable. It can be A minus, bro. It can be A minus. This can be the B plus, even though they did great lucha shit. I love the brevity or the levity of the hype package and shit. That can be a B plus. This could be like a B. This is like a B minus. It was really just like slow for like a high flying pace match. I did love the fucking him jumping into the fucking gimmick. You know, I love the camera work. Charlotte Tiffany, most disappointing. If they would have meshed better and they wouldn't have bought so much, this would have been like looking at the match. This would have been A. Maybe below Fatu, maybe somewhere in here. Yeah. Unfortunate. This same thing with Cena. They're kind of having the same. Even though I understand completely, like I said, what they were doing with Cena. Cena did everything right, in my view, besides the dumbass fucking Travis spot. It was really on Cody Rhodes to have those back and forths. I mean, it could, like, yeah, like, they could have teased the Super AA better. It's like they got into, like, dude, like Cena did AAs and Cody did Crossroads. Or it's like, oh, he's gonna reverse it. Oh, he's not. It's just hitting it. But I love the finish. It sucks that I'm putting here. I don't even feel comfortable putting this here, bro. I don't even want to put this here. I don't like it. But because it was nonsense, because there wasn't enough, it might go above Charlotte Tiffany. But at least they tried, bro. At least Charlotte and Tiffany like fucking tried, bro. You know what I mean? So maybe, and then, but I like the story between Cody and Cena better. Even with this build up with Cena and Cody, where it's like Cena don't show up for weeks. And then it's the same week of back and forth promos, same week after week. It's like, bro, Cena hits you in the balls, beats your ass. You don't even care. It's like, whatever. I respect you. It's like, okay. But I will say that I guess that does go with the story where, like, he doesn't want to fight Cena. He's a little pussy bitch. And guess what? You get what you deserve for being a pussy and not coming out and attack him. So I'm not that angry with it because the ends justifies the means a little bit there. Fine. I think he should have said that more. They should have really hammered it home a bit more. Randy versus Joe Hendry. I mean, maybe he could go up here, but nah. Like, because the match wasn't that good. But they did what they had to do. So it's like, it's not here because it was like awful or like the shits. It's just here because like it served its purpose. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm more mad at them. But there was just more. The reason why it's above this is because there was just more on the line. You know what I mean? But they're in the same bracket. There was just more story. They did more, but it was fun. It served its purpose. So it's not like the drizzling shits at all. But I don't think this match was that bad. But yeah, it was kind of like, it was more because like, who gives a fuck? It's like New Day is this newly heel tag team, and then like you put them with the War Raiders, who I'm sorry, they're great in the ring. I think this match gets shit on a bit too much. They're great in the ring, but it's like you really couldn't have like a TLC tag match. I think really what this comes from, because this wasn't a bad match, guys. Like, it was low key better than Tiffany Charlotte, kinda. They didn't botch as much and shit. But again, we're looking at also the grand scope of Mania, like I said. Bro, all these other tag teams who got left out, this is what you give us, bro. The New Day, who are now got deflated, and then the War Raiders, who are awesome in the ring, but it's like they're not over like that. Should have been like a tag TLC or a multi-tag match, quick paced, boom, 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 and then New Day goes over, you know. So this is really down here for what it's not what it is. Then Jay Gunther, bro, this, like, come on. Maybe this is another case of like, maybe this is what it is, but what it's not. Maybe this one is. Where it's like, nothing happened, bro. Gunther looks like a pussy. Even though it gives his character some depth. He's a big bully who taps like a bitch. But it's like, okay. But he gives up to Jay, where it's like, okay. And this tag match, it might maybe better than Jay Gunther. I don't know. It's irrelevant. Really slow. A good little ending. It's not enough. Like, I'm not saying it's last because it's like completely drizzling, but it's like, dude, the fucking first half, first 3/4, nothing happened, bro. Suplexes back and forth. There was a weird spot where like Liv said no, and then like tag. Liv hits a suplex and like tags out immediately. I had a decent, good sequence at the end. It was all right. They're kind of forcing Lyra onto people, and that's also why too, if we're looking at the grand scope of things. But I'm comfortable with this ranking here. This is my official WrestleMania 41 ranking. So overall, I guess we have 3 or 6 down here, 5 up here, 3 here. I guess overall, I think the show was a B. Maybe like a B plus, because these matches really were awesome. They really got some places with stories. I think they really got to a place here. I think they really got to a place here. I do think they got to a place with Cody and Cena. I don't like this ending. Good match. Great match. Great match. And some story built here. So yeah, about a B. Maybe like a solid B. Maybe like a, yeah, like an 85%. Yeah. Maybe 80, somewhere between 82 and 87% for me. So yeah. What did you guys think? Let me know. Golden boy. And you're gonna see me at the next WrestleMania. I'm coming for that championship. I got something to say. Cody Rhodes. Oh, brother. Brother. Ah, 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 ah. Thank you.